All right, hi Gemini. Welcome to this week's reading. So the deck that I'm using this week is called the Bianco Nero Tarot, and it's by Marco Proietto. I'm not the best at speaking Italian, but I think it's a wonderful deck, and I really like the black and white motif, especially for this week leading up to Halloween. Really sets the mood for Halloween next week. Alright, so as your overall energy, I see the moon. And the moon tells me that there's something that I feel like someone isn't quite telling you this week. We just recently had a full moon last week, so it could be that something around that time, some secret or something that someone was keeping from you at the beginning of last week is now really being revealed to you. And I feel like with this Justice card, you're definitely getting what you deserve. And I don't feel like it's something to where you were the one that was necessarily keeping the secret, or you're the one that's going to be punished from being sort of outed out by the secret. I'm definitely getting that's the other person. And it's really interesting to me that this energy is coming out. I know that last week everyone sort of had really interconnected energies, so I feel like this is sort of left over from last week, and now you guys are really coming out of that, and you're sort of resolving any conflicts that may have arisen in that time. Also, the Moon card and the Justice card talk about Libra and Pisces. The Justice talks about Libra, and then the Moon is Pisces. So if you're dealing with either of those signs, then this week could be a week where you see that they're definitely being a lot more active, playing a more active role in your week than maybe last week. But I feel like whatever is going on, you're definitely walking away from it, because I see this Five of Swords, but I'm getting the impression that that's in the past, especially with this Fool card, because when you look at the Fool, he's walking away from that Five of Swords. And the fact that he's walking away from the Five of Swords, leads me to believe that it was obviously in your past, but more important than that, it's over. I feel like you are in this process of walking away from it because it's finished and you're done with it. You're walking towards this Nine of Wands, which is sort of the energy of the wounded warrior. So I'm not going to say that you left the situation completely unscathed, but I definitely see you healing, and I definitely see you continuing on to your path of justice and retribution. And with this King of Wands, I definitely see that, you're very much leaving this situation of conflict to go work on yourself or get the fruits of your labors. I'm definitely getting that there could have been someone who is jealous of you. I feel like Geminis have the tendency to attract people who are jealous of them in a lot of ways. And maybe they weren't telling you this, or they were doing stuff behind your back with the Moon card or the Five of Swords cards. But I feel like with all that, you've sort of identified it and you're walking away from it. With this Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, I definitely feel like I said, you're definitely working on yourself, and I feel like you're this week or last week, you were sort of working on balancing both this situation and sort of focusing on yourself. But like I said earlier, with this King of Wands and with this Seven of Pentacles, you're definitely at a point right now where you're seeing the fruits of your labor. I definitely feel like for a lot of you, you have improved health or improved maybe test scores or something because you've been studying, or like you're seeing improvement in your work. People are starting to take notice, and you might be like in higher consideration for a promotion, something like that. I just see that your whatever it was that you were putting work into in the past is now bearing fruit for you, especially with the Six of Cups right next to that Seven of Pentacles. I'm under the impression that you may have shared a goal with someone. You may have told them, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm putting work and energy towards. And I'm getting that for some of you, you were laughed at or like not taken entirely serious. For others of you, I do see some support, but it could be that that's what happened. You were serious towards putting energy or work towards something, and then this person could have possibly betrayed you or stabbed you in the back or tried to talk you out of it. And I feel like now you're sort of at a point where you're like, look, it's obvious that you aren't here with my best interests. And there was a conversation, maybe a discussion or an argument, but it's over. And I feel like it was something that needed to happen, and now that it has happened, like obviously you're a little sort of discombobulated as a result, but I definitely feel that you're getting on your feet, and you're getting your stuff together now, and you're definitely sort of regaining your balance with this Justice card. Because underneath the Justice card, I also see the Two of Wands, which tells me that you guys are in an energy right now where you're ready to start really focusing towards what it is that you want. And I feel like for some of you, it might be a relationship, because I see this Queen of Pentacles. And even though the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands aren't necessarily the best match in the world, I do feel like there's some chemistry. I feel very sexual energy from this Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, you might be feeling that way. You might really be feeling sort of the sexual energy or the tension within a situation. And I feel like if you're at a point where you want to start pursuing it, you're definitely at a point right now where you're in your love life sort of taking a step back and planning. And I think that's really good for you guys. With the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, I feel like you just kind of had a moment where everything was kind of in the way. So now you're sort of clearing up the clutter, and you're sort of taking a moment to regroup and rethink, and now you can start moving forward again. So I feel like if a lot of you guys felt blocked in love in the past, this is a good week to sort of take the reins and take inventory and just sort of go. This is a week to get back on the horse, I feel. And I feel like a lot of you have pretty good reason to feel like you fell off the horse and sort of lost your pattern, lost your like groove or your rhythm, but now you're getting it back, is basically what I'm getting from these cards. I feel like the biggest thing here that I would say is like, if you have someone who supports you, definitely like keep those people around you, because I feel like you have a pretty good idea, sort of like a built-in sensor for people who support you and people who don't actually support you. So I feel like if you are at a point where you're sort of thinking, well, do I want to trust this person? Do I want to not trust this person? Follow your instinct and follow your intuition. I'm getting that very strongly for at least one person out there. So definitely follow your instincts and trust the people that you know that you can trust. Especially with this Moon card. I keep coming back to it because it's your overall energy. So I feel like a lot of you are seeing issues with that. And I'm looking at this Fool card now, and I see that the dog is sort of biting his tailcoat, sort of as a way of convincing him not to go forward. So it could be for some of you, you're like, I'm getting that some of you might be in a toxic situation where there's something that makes you keep wanting to come back to it, but I know that you guys are using your best judgment here. And definitely if you're in that kind of a situation, get help. Talk to the people that you know you can trust. I feel like trust is going to be really big for you guys this week. But that was your reading for this week. And if you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel. And I'd love to know if this resonated with you. So if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and tune in next Monday, because that's when I upload next week's readings. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope to see you guys there. I just saw 11:11 on the clock.